Hello YouTube fans, Madarant here, and welcome to some replays with psi-frames, using the new support of psi-frame multithreader and using the Curry Band engine as used by Shelby to top the Olympic regionals. I believe he got 4th place, and yeah, it's an amazing engine. It's so much funner than the usual style relying on wind-up rabbit. You have a monster that can beat down but can get rid of itself in the end phase and also technically search you out spells or traps, which is great for getting the monster into the graveyard and also getting your overload into the graveyard. So we could have some fun with this card. So I've got a couple of replays to show you which highlight how good this multi-threader is and how it can make your plays a little bit better, makes you make it a lot faster, gives you alternative plays since you generally can't normal summon previous to this. So the first replay isn't against the best opponent, but it shows you what you can do with the support in this deck. Field Zone is very key in this deck, as we already know about this, but I like to reiterate, it is very good and it does do a lot of plays here. So Curry Bandit hits down for 1000, then I can tribute it off and get my Psychic Path, I believe. Yes, Psychic Path from the thing, and put my multi-driver in the graveyard. Cyber Core goes off, Gamma negates, and sets up my Banishment Zone for my Field Zone later on if using Destroy Monsters, which he chooses not to do, so I have to banish one of his so I don't get too much of a loss. This is where I go off with my Field Zone, putting into the graveyard Summon Omega, Telekinetic Power, Revive the Gamma, and that allows me to summon out my multi-driver, summon out another psi-frame Lord Omega, but she is banished. When she is summoned through this means, it can relive my Field Zone since it already had a banishment earlier on in the turn from banishing the face down defense monster, and Field Zone number 2 became live and allowed me to summon 2 Omegas and a Zeta on that turn, which is some of the best power you can do for the deck. Definitely something very fun, although Zeta isn't as strong in the deck, mainly because we've learned how to get around this card. It's more used as a base now. For the power well, you can revive your level 1 and your level 2, so you can basically go for your Synchro Summon, and then if you're going for something else, go for a Zeta. If you're summoning Zeta through like Field Zone, then you can sync with the other level 1 and bring out an Omega. So it's all fine. It makes you, basically the power well makes you a Zeta Omega. So it's very good. On to the second replay. The second replay is quite short. It's mainly wanted to show you what I could have done in this duel. So I could card Daily Draw to have a Alpha in hand, and I have a Circuit on the board. Ignite Reload, he starts to set up his board. I know it's Ignite now, so I plan to go for Black Rose, but he Twin Twisters, which is really a lot of a letdown. So he summons out his monsters. I go for Alpha here to summon out my driver, search my circuit, then unfortunately I wasn't able to go for Black Rose, which I wanted to, and if I had gone for Black Rose I would have been able to search out my multi-driver, which meant I would have protected my circuit and still Black Rose the board. Instead he goes for Utopia, and this, I don't know why, but he goes for this anyway. So I go for my search through Curry Bandit, again Power Well, use my Overload, banish his boss monster, banish my Overload in graveyard, search out Gamma, I think it was Alpha maybe, but he just gives up there because he's just lost his only real monster because he made so much for that. I don't know why he went for it, but maybe protect itself from the beta. It's quite mediocre. So if I could have actually got off and he hadn't Twin Twisted me, I was going to search through Alpha the multi-threader and then summon Black Rose through the effect of my circuit, blow up the board, which would have had his skills and his monsters in their purest form, so they all go to the graveyard, and with it, multi-threader would have gone in resolution and protect the circuits. So I would have had a clear board, and I would have kept my circuit, which is very, very good indeed. On to the next replay. The third replay is against Dark World. So I lose my mind at the beginning of this. I go for Duality. I make a major misplay, which I shouldn't have done. Summon my Curry Bandit. I send my Overload to the graveyard. That isn't the misplay. It's the fact that I timed the Overload very poorly in resolution in chaining to this. So I add the Gamma, so he just sends the Gamma to the graveyard. Literally no plus from that. It just protects my hand. So he beats me down for 1700. That's nothing too strong at this point. I draw, go for Telekinetic Power to revive 2 monsters since I already have a normal summonable monster in hand. He goes Dark Law, summon my 2 monsters, I take 1200 damage, normal summon Multi-Threader, summon psi-frame Lord Omega, and uppercuts that Dark Law. So I've got control of the board with my Omega, and I can put back my trap cards so I can search it out, and the key card here is to search out Gamma because all their effects are going to be gained through discarding with a spell card and then using their monster effects, so Gamma can easily negate that. I have to then banish my monsters, unfortunately, but I've still got my Omega, it's still beating down 2800. Paul Duality, since I didn't special summon, get my circuit on board, set a Solemn Strike, pass the turn, put back the trap card in the graveyard, he flips Skill Drain out of nowhere, which is not good for me. I have to discard. He discards my Alpha. He tries to pop my Field Spell, but I Solemn Strike it. He then flips a Regeki, and I'm not in a good position here. Omega returns Gamma to the hand. I summon Kakadi. If he wants to hide behind Skill Drain, I'll beat him down with Kakadi. That's my thinking here. It may not be the most logical, but yeah. I could have banished his Skill Drain earlier than this, but I wanted to actually beat him down with Kakadi. I'm willing to lose a duel even if I just beat down Kakadi. He goes for his Gateway, I banish the Field Spell, not living with that. He allures, has to banish his Graph. Doesn't gain anything proper, he only has a monster. He goes for Storm Miracles, I then remember that I can banish Skill Drain, I banish my Omega, and now I have Kakadi live with Psychic Path, so I have 2 negations that are key in this matchup, and a Kakadi live. He doesn't attack because he fears a Drowning Miracles or a Beta, which is already there, so that's going to be a not questionable play, to be fair. But I summon my Kakadi, and he switched the turn over to him. He summons Graph. He summons Titanic Galaxy for no reason. I had Telekinetic Power Well though, so I wouldn't be able to use that last turn, but I banish it anyway, so. He goes for Solemn Warning, and since I feel disrespectful, I know also Maxi and try and poke for game, but he leaves them. He doesn't want to deal with that. The random Maxi poking for game. It's never good when it happens to you. But actually happening to me in a regional, quite not very long ago, against a psi-frame opponent. Wasn't funny, but Maxi too strong. Okay, on to the next duel. The next duel is against Speedroid Red Eyes with some text of back to square one, which is actually just attack. It's not like a really bad card choice. It's actually a really good card. It's just a bit slow. Phoenix Wing Blasters are kind of better than that, but some people do tech it in nowadays. Well, I haven't seen tech for a year now, but it has been teched in the past. So I go Curry Bandit, pop his monster, and then I contribute it, which is the good thing about Curry Bandit. Searches, it pops, it attacks, and it also clears your board too, which is great. Yo-Yo tries to revive that psi-frame. I go Gamma, summon my Omega, tag out 1 card, and chain my Daunting Pose because I don't want him to have a battle phase. I then flip Psychic Overload since taking this out of the deck to keep in Jar of Avarice. I didn't like it that much. I milled too much for it to really be too live. It wasn't restoring my spell card, so it was a bit mediocre for me. Go for my Daunting Pose combo again. He special summons Terratop, and then I tag out a card from his hand, and I flip the Max C. He just passes turn. He doesn't want to do the Max C challenge. So Omega comes back on the board, beats down Terratop, then I pass the turn. Putting down the Daunting Pose again, doing that combo, and he top decks another Terratop. I tag out and flip a Maxi, because why not? And then he just has a random card to his hand. I banish his face down, I can't remember what it was. The Carbonate on here. Then I go for my Psychic Path and add 2 back, go for Omega, punch him again, and then pass the turn. So then Omega does the combo once more, back to square one, flows down, I flip my monster out, he goes Yo-Yo, I negate that, summoning out another psi-frame Lord Omega, and then I attack out, hitting another card, 1 for 1, I hit Delta, meaning I've summoned 3 psi-frame Lord Omegas this game, and they're all live, hitting more or less every card in his hand. He gets 1 stone, but he knows he's dead now. So I give him back on Omega and then try and attack the game. and it's successful. He doesn't leave. He actually wants. He's fine with me taking the game after having these lovely omegas on board. I think I drew into the drowning, which was alright. My next card was another maxi. You never get it when you want it, but when you do, it's never plus, to be fair. But it's really good in this meta, and it will be a lot better when Malines get killed, because that's the thing. Solemn Strike was his next draw. On to the next duel is against the new Cyber Angels with pot cubidity in the main deck. I've checked already, just thought it was a bit weird. Had more than 40 cards, I always have to check. He goes for Ritual Sanctuary first, and Item Driver. He's got Texan deck like Tower Tray and Herald of Perfection. Well, that's not much of a tech, most of them do run it nowadays. And then he goes for Ben 10 and use Dawn combo to basically get a free search from nothing. He's under max C, so he doesn't go special summon everything. I go duality, get a, I think that was Gamma maybe? I flip my circuit on the board and I've got decent position. He beats me down 14, I'm not going to activate beta at this point, it's pretty useless. I go for Field Zone and his Herald of Perfection negates it. I thought I was going to be good with that, but Gamma gets negated as well, which is annoying. But since he negated both special summons, Duality is active and KKD is active, so I have an alternative play in place already. He hits me down for 14, I do beta. I'm thinking he was going to negate the Black Rose, but he lets it go on. He actually lets it go on. So he then flips Northern, I go Alpha, but unfortunately my other driver is going to get banished, so I add a multi-threader to hand instead of the driver, which is actually very needed later on in this turn. So my driver's all banished now. I summon Curry Bandit, and Curry Bandit tributes, gets another set of cards in the graveyard, add the Telekinetic Power Well, and then pass the turn again. A lot of passing in this. He doesn't want to be baited or drowning, so he basically doesn't attack. I summon out the Gamma, but it's still on strike for my little multi-threader. So I just normal summon my multi-threader, flip another Power Well, sync for my Omega, Mach Punch his monster, and now I've got control of the board again with my lovely Psi-Frame Lord Omega. Psi-Frame Lord Omega puts back one of those drivers, and since he didn't do anything, he doesn't want to sacrifice 2 pots, so he doesn't summon his Vishnu at this point. I attack for 28 again, and then he is on turn. I put back the driver, Machine Angel Ritual, I hit, and I believe I hit a pot, yes. I flip max C. He summons the Cyber Angel Vishnu, and I just drown it. After all that, summoning his boss monster, I just drown it. It's just so funny. Vishnu is decent, but if you don't get our effect off, you don't get double attacks, which is annoying. I know one opponent asked me why his Vishnu wasn't using it, and it's not that clear, to be fair. I believe it says, it looks like it's connected to this effect, to be fair, so if you don't gain the first bit, you're not getting the second, which is a shame, but it's still a great card. It's still a great card. On to the next duel. The next duel is against Cardians. So this is a bit of a slower duel, mainly because we both don't have much offense. Cardians can brick at times, but I also cause a brick as well with my psi-frames. But it's a quite nice duel, to be fair. This is a decent matchup. So I go KKD, draw, and you may notice the sleeves have changed. That's because I finally got the sleeves back on that I originally took off by accident. And we're also on the YGOPro Salvation server. If I haven't mentioned that already, the server is more or less up and running, and the music is back and everything of that variety. So please come on over if you want to change from DevPro. And also, they have multi-threader. No one else has multi-threader yet, except from YGOPro, but it's only in beta. Only in beta at the moment. We have it all playable for multiplayer. So KKD, it doesn't matter at this point. It's just really stalling at this point in these few turns, because he can't normal summon anything, and I can't also normal summon anything. I'm always reactive. My opponent has to be the proactive one. He goes tries and destroys my circuit. I just flip my multi-threader and it protects it during damage calculation, during his thing. He finally starts to do stuff with this weird spell card I'm not even going to try and pronounce, and that finally goes off. He summons Yanagi, then summons Matsu, he goes for his Tuna. I remember that from my stream that the Tuna is the key card of the deck, from you guys telling me, and I negate that, because I feel it's the most dangerous card from there. At that point on, and he goes for another Tuna, and gets his Cardian Amashiku, and starts to burn me down. I go Field Zone, summon my Omega tags at 1. Power Well, summon out my Delta, that makes my monster alive, it summons out the board. I forget that this can beat over anything through Circuit's ability, so I don't kill this ammo, whatever the hell it's called. But it doesn't matter anyway. I summon Curry, run it over now with Circuit's ability, and start to Mark Punch down. And Curry Bandit then milling. Very, not very cautious at this point. But I get my Circuit, it's all good. He doesn't have much turns anyway. I go for my Daunting Pose combo and put back in the graveyard. He goes for his Izagumi or something like that. Izumi, I tag out 2 cards and then banish his face down. It's over at this point. I've got 2 Omegas, he has no defense to this, so he scoops at that point. Yeah, Cardians take forever and their boss monster's not strong enough. I didn't know a way out of this until I remembered this could beat over it, which is funny, but yeah, Omega beats over things like that strong with this, which is great. Which is very great indeed. Unfortunately, you have to have some strike to protect it from being floating. On to the final replay. And the final replay is against psi-frames itself. So yeah, a mirror match, not very good for me, because I'm never that good with mirror matches. Summon Curry Bandit, go for builds, get my Circuit. Forgot what it was called then. He doesn't play anything because he doesn't feel that confident, I think. He doesn't have any negation. Not enough negation at this point. So I go Delta, and he goes Gamma, then he flips a Max C. I don't know why he was that cautious, but he's getting a lot of draws at this point. He drew Driver Dead at that point as well. So double Synchro Shoken. He maybe thought I didn't have enough. I don't know why he didn't. But since he plays Polybalti, he can't negate anymore with his Gamma, so it's left in the hand. And my monsters tag out. He flips another Circuit, he's safe with that. I tried to go Overload because I know Epsilon's coming, but he flips his own Overload and banishes it. I go for the risky play of attacking his life points, hoping no beta. No beta was there. I tried to tag out, and I hit his Gamma that was trying to negate the first Omega, and it doesn't negate, so that is very nice for me. He sets a Solemn Strike, I draw into my Field Zone, he banishes my monster, and I hit the game. So yeah, that was just the final one. It's just to re-say that my psi-frames are fun. Well, it didn't show that much fun. They just showed it a little bit more powerful than something like normal version with Epsilon Nova. So yeah, that was just random. I just thought I'd add it in the end. So yeah, I hope you enjoy these replays. I'll probably be doing some more with psi-frames later on next week. I just didn't have much time to get full videos for this, so I just had to get some random ones. I really wanted to put multi-threader because I really like that card. It's really good for psi-frames. It makes them not just really reactive. We are somewhat proactive if we can use our combo pieces like the Power Well and the Field Zone. So yeah, these cards in combination quite good. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, enjoy this, and want to see further content. Please leave your comments below, questions to my deck, questions to my channel in general. If you want to see any decks played on my channel, just tell me down below in the comments. And if you want to see when I'm streaming, please like my Facebook page, which is in the description below. Thanks for watching. I had to wrap something out, my screen died again.